Hello and welcome back to the AAA Race Show. I'm your host, Austin Aziz. Willman Fryer coming to you from the Stack Studio with my co-host over here, Jimmy. And we are back for another episode of the AAA Race Show. Going to be a great episode today, folks, but not a whole lot to talk about other than all the penalties and all the races coming up next week. So let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off with Monaco, that happened this past Sunday. We saw Max Verstappen go get his second ever Monaco victory, so congratulations to him. And Max Verstappen is on the way to getting another world title. It doesn't look like anyone has the speed to race with Max Verstappen this far into the season, as we're about to go into round 8 this coming Sunday. Now, in the Indianapolis 500, it was a super exciting race, but Joseph Newgarden is able to make the last lap pass on last year's Indy 500 champion, Marcus Ericsson, to get his first Indy 500 victory. Joseph Newgarden is one of the most successful drivers in IndyCar, has done a lot in IndyCar, and finally gets that Indy 500 trophy, so congratulations to him. Now, during the Indianapolis 500, we actually see something that is this week's Dang, That's a Doozy. Dang, That's a Doozy is brought to you by D&D Welding and Fabrication out of Buffalo, Missouri. If it's made out of metal or you need it made out of metal, D&D Welding and Fabrication are the guys to go to. D&D at 417-267-2224 can take care of all your metal working needs. Now this week's Dang, That's a Doozy, it comes in the Indianapolis 500 with about 16 laps to go. Now I'm sure you guys have all seen this wreck about 100 million times, but we're going to go ahead and show it to you again. Now, this is whenever we see a car go around and it hits another car and that car jumps it, that tire comes off its tether and goes sailing over the grandstands. Luckily, no one was hit, just a car, and no drivers were injured as you saw that car flip there. So a scary accident and something that we never see in Indy cars, a tire come loose and go over the grandstands. So that was really interesting to see. Now moving on to the Coca-Cola 600, which was postponed from Sunday. It had to be run on Monday because of all the rain in the area, and as well with the Xfinity Series race, which was also run on Monday after the Cup Series race. And Ty Gibbs, who did double duty, that must have been a long day for him. Well, in the Coca-Cola 600, we see Ryan Blaney get his first victory of the season. Congratulations to Ryan Blaney. The Fords were really fast during this race, and they hadn't been super fast throughout the whole season, but they really amped up their speed to come to the Coca-Cola 600. Now, something that happened during the Coca-Cola 600 is actually this week's Trash Move of the Race, brought to you by Ozark Mountain Sanitation out of Fairgrove, Missouri. If you want your trash taken care of every single week, make sure you call up Ozark Mountain Sanitation because, folks, they're the best trash service in the nation. Now, this week's Trash Move of the Race, it comes whenever we see Denny Hamlin move Chase Elliott up into the wall. Chase Elliott right rear hooks Denny and puts him in the wall. This is a really unsafe thing to do and really scary thing because Denny could have got seriously hurt right here. Thankfully, everyone was okay, and after Denny Hamlin was released from the Infield Care Center, he said that Chase Elliott was just throwing a tantrum and that he shouldn't be racing this next week. And apparently, NASCAR agrees with that because Chase Elliott is now suspended for one race, and this is really hurting him because Chase Elliott got hurt in a snowboarding accident earlier in the year and had to miss a bunch of races, which already means he's behind on points. So now he's missing another race. That's another blown opportunity for him to win or get more points, stage wins, things like that, to get him closer and closer to getting into the round of 16 after the regular season. So definitely this year's not going good for Chase Elliott. Another penalty that happened was Chase Briscoe and the number 14 Stewart-Haas team was penalized for using a counterfeit part on the number 14 car at the Coca-Cola 600. Now what this means is there is one source supplier, so all the drivers, all the teams have to buy the same part from the same place. You can't modify it. You can't buy it from somewhere else. It has to be from this place, and that's what makes these cars so much more equal, and that's how we see so much better racing. Well, Chase Briscoe's team was not playing by the rules, and they ended up modifying a part on their car, and NASCAR was not having anything of it. They have said that they have put penalties out like this before whenever teams have modified parts, and it has not gone good. They gave him the biggest penalty they have, the big one, and that was an L3 level penalty. The crew chief will be suspended for the next 6 points races, as well as a $250,000 fine to Chase Briscoe's team. Plus, they will be deducted 25 playoff points plus 25 regular points. It's going to be really hard for Chase Briscoe to get into the playoffs because of all these points that he's losing. Plus, his crew chief will be gone for the next 6 points paying races. Not looking too good for Chase Briscoe fans this year, folks. The last penalty of the day is not quite as exciting as the last two, but it was Bubba Wallace. Well, he failed pre-race inspection, and that meant that his crew chief was not allowed to be on the box on Monday. So, like I said, not as exciting, but it was still a penalty. Well, moving on to On the Menu, brought to you by Big Easy Grill, the finest Cajun cuisine, located on East Sunshine, 417-832-0040. Great food, great experience, and make sure you tell them that Austin Aziz from the AAA Race Show sent you out there to get whatever you're craving there for, folks. So much great food to get from Big Easy Grill, and a great way to celebrate race day. Well, starting out with the NASCAR Cup Series, which will be in Worldwide Technology Raceway, as well as the Truck Series. Cup will be on Sunday at 2:30 p.m. You can catch that one on FS1. And Trucks will be on Saturday at 12:30 p.m. And that will also be on FS1. Xfinity Series will be in Portland International Raceway on Saturday, and that'll be at 3:30 p.m. on FS1. So all of the races will all be on FS1 this week, folks. Well, IndyCar will have the Grand Prix of Detroit, and that'll be on Sunday at 2 p.m., and you can get that one on NBC. Formula One will be having Round 8 in Spain, and you can get that one at 8 a.m., so bright and early on Sunday morning, and you can catch that one on ESPN. Plus, our local races, Lucas Oil Speedway will be racing, Springfield Raceway will be racing, as well as Monette Raceway. So a lot of racing to watch this week, folks. Now, a little more on the incident with Chase Elliott before we move on to Get Excited. Now, Chase Elliott will not be able to drive this next week, so who's going to drive his car? Well, that'll be Corey LaJoy. But the problem is Corey LaJoy is a Xfinity Series driver. So Carson Hocevar will be driving Corey LaJoy's car over there in Portland, while Corey LaJoy will be over at the Hendrick camp during this week's Enjoy Illinois 300 in Illinois, I guess, but come on, it's really St. Louis. Anyways, that is what's going on for Chase Elliott, and hopefully Chase Elliott can get back in and get into the playoffs because he definitely has a strong car this year and maybe can get his first win of the season. Well, let's go ahead and move on to Get Excited. Get Excited is brought to you by Topland Tree Service. If you need a trim, call up Topland at 417-880-7867. Toby Sherrill and the crew will come out to your house, take care of all your tree trimming needs. So, folks, if you need a trim, call up Topland. Now, this week's Get Excited, or weeks to come, Get Excited will be the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And what's really exciting about this one is we'll be seeing the NASCAR's entry into the 24 Hours of Le Mans. This car looks awesome, and I'm really excited to see how it performs on this track and see if NASCAR can go get the win. And as always, folks, make sure you head on over to ORP-TV. Mr. Craig Stagner will tell you all you need to know about all the local races coming up next week. Results, birthdays, and a weather forecast. ORP-TV literally has it all. So make sure you check them out on Wednesdays and Sundays at 6 p.m. Now, for our final segment of the show, and that'll be this week's Quote of the Week, brought to you by Les Mallard Insurance. If you need a quote, make sure you check them out on Fair Grove, Missouri. They compare rates with all the major companies. So Progressive, Geico, State Farm, you name it, they do it. And they give you the best deal on your insurance. Don't waste your time going through all those sleepless nights worrying about getting the best insurance at the most affordable price. Les Mallard Insurance does that all for you. So make sure you check them out in Fair Grove, Missouri. Well, this week's Quote of the Week is something that you probably have all heard before, but since it was Memorial Day on Monday, I want to say it again, and it's one of my favorite quotes. And that is, "Home of the free because of the brave." And it's completely right, because we see, these men and women go overseas and fight for our country and pay the ultimate sacrifice. And that's why we can live here free and safe and don't have to worry about anything. So Those are the real heroes of everything. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone who's a veteran and everyone who has paid the ultimate sacrifice and died for this great nation. Well, folks, I think that about does it for us this week. Thank you, everyone, for your support. Please make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'm Austin Aziz, Wilmere Fryer, coming to you from the Stag Studio with my co-host over here, Jimmy, and Dylan the intern. And remember, folks, this show is brought to you by whatever Mom's making for dinner. And have a great rest of your week. I'm going to go get some of Mom's dinner.
I got to drive over the fool in front of me, man, to win. That's just racing.